Hey Plano families, I'm so excited that I have several of you joining tonight for our Gifted and Talented Information Night for Families. The goal of tonight is for all of us to understand how the process of Gifted and Talented and Primary Talent Pool works. And then we also want you to understand how I qualify students and what the different areas of qualification are. So this is really all about you. If you know me, I'm not the techiest person in the school, and I'm running this right now by myself, so I'm proud of myself. But if you have questions, if you'll type those in, I'm going to try to look at that in the chat and answer that after the presentation. So I'm going to wait a few more moments just to let some friends log in. I have some more people logging in. Just want to make sure everything is working, and then we're going to kind of get started with the presentation. All right, one more day until fall break. Our students have been rocking it out. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the presentation and then we will go from there. All right, transition this over. Here we go. All right. We are once again talking about Plano Elementary School, our Gifted and Talented and Primary Talent Pool Information Night. The first thing that I do want to talk about is what is Primary Talent Pool? So Primary Talent Pool is students who possess qualities that show us that they have exceptional high levels of learning, of expressing themselves, of creativity, of different ways of solving problems. And the good thing about Primary Talent Pool is that we do not have to have a certain number on a test or a certain scaled score or cut score for any type of qualification. It is a requirement that we have 25% of our population to be identified in Primary Talent Pool for grades K through 3. And I'm very proud that at Plano, we always qualify at least 25% of our students here for kindergarten through 3. Right now, if my numbers are right, we're sitting at about 27.5%. So I'm very proud of our hardworking teachers for making sure we're finding those amazing qualities of our friends and we are identifying them. And what that says is, hey, please make sure you are noticing the learning of this student. They might possess different traits of learning, different ways of learning, and we want to definitely foster that for those friends. Primary Talent Pool, it is something that once they enter, they do not exit until the end of 3rd grade. All friends will exit Primary Talent Pool at the end of 3rd grade. So you might ask, well, what's the next step? And we're going to get there, but I do want to make it clear that's confusing sometimes. Friends are only in Primary Talent Pool until 3rd grade, and then it completely ends. So it goes back to just a regular playing field again. And what I do every year, Primary Talent Pool, their services are served in the classroom, so with their teachers. But we always qualify them, which is fantastic. But every year at the beginning of the year, I try to get it out the first 2 weeks of school. I send a colored reminder letter that just says, hey, remember, in the past, your child has been identified for Primary Talent Pool. They are still in the program, but I wanted to remind you that they are in that program and we are excited that they have been identified, is what that letter says in a nutshell. So I'm hoping that some of you all that already have friends who are Primary Talent Pool that have been identified in previous years, you saw that this year. Those did go home. So that's some information on Primary Talent Pool. So I kind of already answered this. A lot of people ask, do Primary Talent Pool students automatically qualify as gifted kids once they exit 3rd grade and move into 4th grade? And the answer is no. Primary Talent Pool does end, and they must be re-identified for the actual Gifted and Talented program in grades 4 through 12. So that is something that's a little bit confusing, but it does end in grade 3 because 4th grade, it's the area that they actually have to hit a specific cut score and that good stuff. So any questions on that, just let me know. But that is some information on if primary talent pool students automatically get into the gifted program in fourth grade. Fourth grade is that heavy year where we have to re-qualify friends and make sure we are identifying their strengths. The next thing, some people want to know, what are some qualities of those high learners? What might it look like in my child? I don't know if they are. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to look for. So they might ask intriguing questions. Their vocabulary might be extensive. They're able to express themselves well, solve problems in a way that others might not solve. And there's all kinds of examples, but these are just a few that really stand out with our young learners. So those are just things that you could look for if you're curious whether your child is showing those gifted qualities or not. Alrighty, so what is Gifted and Talented? It is the actual program, grades 4 through 12. And I do want to let you know, once they qualify, they are always identified in that gifted area until they graduate high school. It does not end. So it is not something where they get identified in fourth grade, then they have to do it again in fifth grade, sixth grade, on and on. It is something that once they are gifted and identified and it's formally been done, it is in their record and they are flagged for gifted and talented until they graduate high school. So what that tells teachers is, hey, we've got to make sure we're meeting the needs of this friend. So the areas that they can qualify in are gifted in general intellect, and that is with a screener. We use, in Warren County, we use the Naglieri for the gifted, and we give that the end of third grade or beginning of fourth grade to all population of students. So we really don't want to miss anybody in this identification process. Next is specific areas of learning. So we might have students who qualify in math or language arts, reading, science, social studies, so they can actually qualify in a specific subject as well. I have to brag on our art teacher, Miss Roy. She is absolutely phenomenal in identifying friends and kiddos for creative or divergent thinking. We have a lot of friends identified in creativity, and I'm so proud of that. That is not my area, but she is so brilliant in that, and we are so excited. She gives these kiddos opportunities in class. They take their products and all their anything they create and take it to different areas to be recognized. So she is doing a fantastic job of identifying our friends here at Plano for that. We also do have a gifted and talented leadership program. So this is students who just possess that leadership quality, can do things without friends asking. They are a natural born leader. They are positive. They are doing things when no one's watching. They are going above and beyond in the community, in the school, to show that they're able to possess those qualities. So that is a leadership identification. We also have visual and performing arts, and we do have a few of those identified as well. So that's just some of the subcategories that they can identify in for gifted and talented. Initially, some people ask, when are students formally identified for gifted services? The beginning of the year is a heavy time for identifying giftedness because we have new friends that come to school. We have a new school year. We have more tests. We have other evidence that show us what they're able to do. So the initial heavy identification is in fourth grade. But please know that we qualify students all year long. I have 3 on my desk right now. So it's October, and we did other identifications, 4 or 5 weeks ago. So as we see these skills developing, we do identify. We also have screeners that happen throughout the year in December and April. Those are big national percentile scores that we can really get another score on friends. So if we're seeing a 96 percentile and above on some of those, we screen them, we identify them as well. So it is not that we identify the beginning of the year and it's done. It is something that we do all year long. So the next thing I want to talk about is that you'll hear it called a GSSP. It's actually called a gifted student service plan. And this is on your child's Infinite Campus. So it is pretty much their plan that says what they are identified in, what services they're going to be given. So in elementary school, the main services are in the classroom. The classroom teachers give those services. Typically, I pull out a little bit for my intermediate 4 through 6 right now. with making sure friends are 6 feet. We haven't gone there yet. We hope to move there in the future, but they do get their services in the classroom. But the thing with the GSSP, I'm really trying to get our parents involved in creating the GSSP. I really want everyone, the parents, to read those, to see what's happening in the classroom. What are you doing at home? I would love to put that on there. What opportunities are they doing? Are they attending Super Saturdays? Are they doing SCATs? Are they doing another program that Western offers for our gifted friends? So those are things that I really want us to start doing more together. You do sign and return that, but it's also on Infinite Campus now, so you have access at any time. One thing that I want to do is at our parent conference in November, I really want that to be discussed. So teachers are keeping the GSSPs at school until we have student-led conferences, and that is something that I want families to communicate, and the teachers are going to be very intentional. They are excited about it, about collabing with the families to make sure we are documenting all the opportunities and all the things that we want to make sure the student is exposed to. So that's going to be a little change, and you are able to look at that on Infinite Campus, but you'll be going over that GSSP if your child is already identified in grades 4 through 12. That'll be covered in your student-led conference. This is not something that we use for grades K through 3. Kindergarten through 3rd grade for primary talent pool do not get a GSSP. It is just grades 4 through 6. So look for that at student-led conferences. Make sure you give us any information on that. And that's going to be a new change that we start implementing. All right, like I said, we do want your input. That's going to be very important. So please give that. And you know what? We can also give input by emailing your teacher what you'd like to see, or emailing your teacher different things that you're doing at home or that they are participating in. All of those would be fantastic things to email the teacher to make us aware of the different opportunities that they have to foster those giftedness that they have. All right, this comes up sometimes, and it is, does Plano have cluster rooms? Okay, are you a cluster school or are you a non-cluster school? Okay, so cluster is where all gifted kiddos in that grade level are put into one class. There's no SPED, no high achieving. It's just it's just the gifted and talented and average ability kids in one class. We do not do that here at Plano. We are a non-cluster class school. We have all mixed abilities within our classroom. We feel like we can foster the learning of all levels of those students. So that is why we are not a cluster class. But some people ask that. I think it's on a survey that you eventually take too. And I just wanted to clear that up because we are not a cluster class school. All right. So what I'm going to do, that is the end of the presentation. I am going to switch back to me. And I can see the stream. I'm not seeing questions right now, but I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if anybody would like to type a question. I can read that and I can respond to anything. And I'm so excited we have so many people on here tonight. This is fantastic. It takes a village to raise our kiddos, and I know that you all are more than willing to do whatever we need to do. So I will wait and see if any questions come through. If someone wants to type something just so I make sure I'm seeing questions, because right now I don't see anything. I just want to make sure I'm seeing something. Oh, I'm seeing it. Awesome. Thank you for typing something. That's awesome. Okay. Tina, for Super Saturdays, are students eligible to participate if they're recommended for the leadership program? Of course. So, Tina, that's a great question. Super Saturdays, I've been pushing that email out to friends who are already identified. I have a distribution list for that. But yes, absolutely. If they are interested, and that is such a good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Super Saturdays is not just for friends who have been identified gifted and talented. It is for anybody who has just high levels of quality of interest in a topic. So please know, don't let that hold you back on putting your child in Super Saturdays. So yes, please sign up for that. It is absolutely phenomenal. I teach Super Saturdays twice a year. I'm teaching Science Spectacular. And so I know I have 3 Plano students already in that class. So I'm so excited. But yes, please sign up for that. You will not be disappointed. It's fantastic. Thank you for asking that, Tina. Wait a few more minutes to see if any other questions roll in. While we're waiting, tomorrow is House Challenge Day, so make sure your kiddos wear their colors tomorrow. I'll be wearing green for Psycher. You're welcome, Tina. Thank you for asking that. That's a great question. All right, well, if we don't have any more questions, I really appreciate you all taking time to get on here. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. I'm excited. Oh. Miss Rigsby, let's see. What grade do you need to be to participate in Super Saturdays? Let me actually, while we're on here, I'm just going to look that up really quick. I can't remember the exact age, but I can find that out for you right now. Let's see, and it's always on Western's homepage. If you go to WKU Super Saturdays, it's fantastic. Let's see. Doesn't have ages. I don't see the exact ages. Yes, I know 3rd graders can participate because that's a class that I teach. I teach Science Spectacular, and I teach it for 2nd, 3rd grade. So I know 2nd, 3rd grade does. I'm almost positive Super Saturday starts with 1st grade and goes through 6th. It's a younger camp because SCATS is a middle age. I think SCAT starts 6th grade on. But I will look that up. I can't find it, Miss Rigsby. I can't find that right now because it's making me try to register. But I can definitely find that out. Miss Rigsby, if you don't care to type what grade your student's in, I can let you know from that. Let's see. The tuition for that is $100, it says, and that's for 3 Saturdays. So that is on their webpage. And the classes are 9:30 to noon. So that's what time they start. If you do register your kiddo, they will let you know what room they'll be in. I'm typically at the top of the hill in a building, but that week or those Saturdays, it's utilized all over campus. So there might be classes at Miss Rigsby's 2nd grade is definitely included because I know I teach that one. So there's like 6 or 7 2nd grade classes though to choose from, but absolutely your kiddo could participate. So, but it is $100 as of now for the registration. It's 3 Saturdays in a row. It's the beginning of November is when it starts. So it's the 3 Saturdays in November before Thanksgiving, and it's 9:30 to noon. And drop-off usually starts about 9:15, and you'll get a map of where your kiddo would go for their class. It comes with a shirt. They wear the shirt the last day and come get a picture of them. They love it. We always have guest speakers for people who are masters in the field at Western. I'm going to have someone, I don't want to say what it is, but I'm going to have someone come talk to my friends. And if you get on their website, it has descriptions of all the classes. So they have some dance. Sometimes they have acting. They have science. They have math. It's really STEM focused. So it's exciting. Oh, thank you. It's grades 1 through 6. Thank you. I can't believe I got that right. I had a kiddo that was virtual all year, and info was put in his Google Classroom. Great. Will there be material sent home that we can work on this year, or will the Google Classroom be utilized again, 2nd grade? As of now, since we're in person, we're encouraging. Nicole, are you talking about just regular instruction? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about like gifted options, the gifted choice board? Do you mind to clarify what you're talking about? The teachers have access to the Google, the calendars with the gifted options for the kiddos, and if that's what you're talking about. And then, but I will not be on Google Classroom with them since they're in school this year. I don't want to make that a requirement, but they will have access to like choice charts for reading RTI, math RTI if they are not identified a tier. So that'll be a time that they can work on those different things throughout the year. Okay, perfect. Yes, the gifted choice board. Yes. So your kiddo has access, the teacher does. If you want to email me and just let me know, I wouldn't mind to even send that home with you. If that's something you're interested in, I'd be happy to. So just shoot me an email and I can get that with your kiddo and send it home paper copy if that's easier. That's fantastic. The kiddos loved those choice boards last year. Awesome. Great. These are great questions. All right. That's all the questions I see right now, but you all are more than welcome to email me. It's kaylee.davenport@warren.kyschools.us, and it's on the Plano's website. You don't have to write it down. I'm on the website. My exact role is curriculum coordinator. So I oversee the curriculum and our gifted program and RTI and our ESS program and the building assessment coordinator. So please feel free to email me. I'd be happy to assist you in whatever you need. And I really appreciate you all taking time to get on here with me today. All right, everyone have a great night.